Welcome back, data readers and learners. In the last video, we saw how to install Python and Git on Windows machine. In this video, we will continue that installation process. This time, we will be using Ubuntu Linux machine. Let me go to Ubuntu Linux machine right now. What you see here is the Ubuntu Linux machine. How to know that it is Ubuntu Linux machine? You can go up, you can see here, welcome to Ubuntu 22.04.1 LTS. This is how we know it is Ubuntu machine. Another way to find out how it is Ubuntu machine is to use uname command. I will explain to that in the couple of next videos when I go much more deeper into Linux. Currently, we will continue with our installation process. Before you install any of the software in Ubuntu, you need to complete the sudo apt update and sudo apt upgrade command to ensure that the machine is up to date. So we will continue that first. So just a minute. The hyphen in the sudo apt upgrade and update has been removed, so kindly don't use that. Once you remove it, the command will execute. After your sudo apt upgrade and update has been completed, okay, so there is a password denied issue that has come. Are you a root? It is asking me whether I am a root. Even though I gave sudo apt update as root, I need to give again upgrade also as root. So I will change this. Right now I can remove the apt update and I change it to add upgrade. So once I do that, it will ask me that I have to download. Just give download. It will download all the necessary upgrades and install it in my machine. This machine, as you can see, is a AWS Linux machine. This is not my own local Linux machine. Like this, in future, we will also explore how to use the cloud services whenever you need. In the previous video, you saw the Windows machine. Again, it was also from AWS only. It was not my own Windows machine. But in order for to explain for this particular video, I had rented that instance for a couple of minutes to explain to you guys. I've done that, and the installation has been completed. The upgrade has been completed. Now next we will be installing Python in this machine. Just a minute. Now let us continue. The installation has been completed. So now I am going to install Python by using sudo apt install Python 3. That is the command you need to provide. Once you provide that, you have to be okay. So it is saying that Python 3 is already the newest version. So in Ubuntu, the latest Ubuntu that has come, we see Python 3 is already installed. In case of Windows, the installation you have to do it manually, but in case of Linux, the Python version is already installed. So you don't need to install Python at all. That is what I wanted to show you. Next is regarding Git. If you want to check Git, again, Git by default is installed in Linux. Once you install Linux, you will see Git also comes along with that. Go to any terminal, whatever I am using here. This is actually a terminal in Linux. It's like command prompt in Windows. Once you type git here, you will see the command comes out. So this is how the basic activity of installation, how you actually install Python 3 and also Git. Even though in the example that I showed you, the Python was already installed in Ubuntu, but in case of other applications, other Linux distros, for an example, just a minute, let me go to the presentation. For example, if you go to Fedora, if you go to Manjaro, if you go to Red Hat, the Linux distributions may or may not have Python. And each of the distributions, if you are running any of those distributions, then you have to install it with the respective command line commands here. Then only Python will work for you. That is how the basic setup of Python and Git is done both in Linux and Windows. For Mac, I will be skipping it. If you have any questions when it comes to Mac, do let me know. I will be taking a separate video on Mac based on the requirement. Now, we will continue with our activity of using GitHub, using Git to get the repo that I have shared with you in the description. So for that, what we need to do is you have to just copy this entire link as it is, use copy and go back. I'm going to go back to the Ubuntu mission. Just a minute, let me go back to Ubuntu mission right now and I will show you what needs to be done. All you need to do is git clone and just paste the entire repo link here like this. So once you paste it, what will happen is you can, just a minute, once you paste it like this and press enter, the entire repo will get cloned. In the location where it is cloned, if you do a list directory, in case of Windows, it is dir to list the directory. In case of Linux, it is ls. So if you do ls in the home directory here, we will see I have a new folder called Python DE Learners Data. In the same way, in your Windows machine also, you will get the same folder. Click on use change directory or cd. This is same command in both Windows as well as Linux. I am talking about Windows command prompt, DOS command prompt, not the PowerShell. All my commands that I am giving for Windows is for DOS commands. Now cd into Python, the folder that you have, and press tab like this. If you press tab like this, it will auto fill, and if you cd into it, you will again, you can list the files inside that, and you will see all the files located that was there in the presentations, the readme, etc. You can see inside the, I have already shared the presentations, I have shared the readme. Like this, I will be sharing the data, I will be sharing the playbooks, and various other code examples will start populating step by step in that repo. Once you start downloading it and start using it, ensure that you continuously pull. Okay, next question. If I upload the new files, new data to repo, how to get it? All you need to do is, you need to use git pull. This is another command, git pull origin main. All you need to do is, you have to say git pull origin main, and the moment you give this command, it will pull from the main. In this video, I will be explaining more about, I will be explaining about the way we can use Git for your own purpose, for creating your own GitHub repo, and also I will explain how to take the data from other repos. That is a separate video that I am planning. For this video, I would like to close with this introduction of git pull and git clone. If you have further queries, if you are unable to get any of these commands to work, do let me know in the comments. I will try to provide you support from there. With this, I would like to close this video. Next video, let us look at git command in more detail.